Mickey and Ginny Cochran didn't set out to raise a family of Olympians, but they did want their children to grow up in the outdoors and skiing. So they moved their 4 kids from Cornish, New Hampshire to 100 acres in the mountains of Richmond, Vermont. And in the winter of 1961, Mickey rigged a 500-foot rope tow on 100 feet of vertical in the backyard. For 10-year-old Bobby and his sisters Barbara Ann, Marilyn and Lindy, skiing became a way of life. Ginny turned the kitchen of their 100-year-old farmhouse into a ski lodge. Dad, an athlete himself, took on the role of coach with the discipline of a sergeant. Bobby remembers his dad always wanted skiing to stay fun, but he structured their after-school workouts with the precision of an engineer. After a 4-mile run along the Winooski River, they did weight training and then went out to run a 15-gate slalom course under the floodlights he rigged from the back attic window. It didn't take long for all that practice to pay off. In 1967, Barbara Ann and Marilyn made the US team. That same year, Bobby, a 9th grader, won the giant slalom at the National Junior Championships. And in 1968, at 16, he was also invited to join his sisters on the US team, making him the youngest at that time to earn a spot on the squad. Bobby's rare talent covered all events. In 1971, he won 3 out of the 5 races in the Can-Am Series, as well as the Roach Cup downhill in Aspen. By 1972, Lindy was also on the US team, and all 4 Cochrans were set to go to the Sapporo Games until Lindy broke her leg. Bobby vividly remembers those Japanese games. Visibility was so bad, he couldn't see Barbara Ann's gold medal slalom run until she skied through the finish. But he was convinced her time was on top and jumped the fence with fellow teammate Rich Chaffee to hoist her up on their shoulders in victory. Bobby finished a creditable 8th place in the downhill. And the next year, in 1973, his mental toughness would earn him gold in the combined at the most demanding and dangerous event, the Hahnenkamm in Kitzbuhel. Never before had an American stood on the top of that podium. And in March that year, he earned another American first, finishing number 1 at the World Cup Giant Slalom in Heavenly Valley, on a course fellow teammate and Hall of Famer Kerry Adgate labeled the toughest he ever ran. And he was presented with the Buddy Werner Award in recognition for his sportsmanship and leadership on the US team. Bobby turned pro in 1975, and in the 3 years on the circuit he added more to the trophy case, including a 1976 overall 3rd place in the World Pro Tour. After racing, he put that same drive and dedication into medical school, and today Dr. Robert Cochran is a physician in New Hampshire. He still loves to ski, and to take on a new challenge, he recently added Nordic racing to his resume. As the country's only not-for-profit ski area, Cochran Ski Area continues to grow, now operating 4 lifts, servicing 8 slopes. Bobby's children, Tom, Jim and Amy, along with their cousins, have had remarkable racing careers. In December, the first Cochran great-grandchild, Eli, was born, and according to Grandpa Bob, he'll be on skis too, maybe even before he can walk. Bobby admits the bar was set high in the Cochran family, and he looks back fondly on his life from a little town in Vermont to the mountains of the world. Now, with his sisters B.A. and Marilyn, the Cochran family legacy lives on in the U.S. Ski and Snowboard Hall of Fame.